Well, welcome back to the AirCon server, just taking a little nap. Couple of things. Firstly, my keyboard is still being a little bit weird and moving stuff when I don't want it to, which the server doesn't like, so sometimes I warp back a couple of spots, so that's going to explain that. Secondly, I'm trying out a new texture pack because I've been wanting to find an animated texture pack for quite some time, and now I've found one that looks okay. There are a couple of bits I still don't like, but the door's changed. Creepers are a little bit more scary because they camouflage. I might change that. A couple of things have been toned down in colour, blah 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 blah. No doubt we'll see them. But I'm going to start by showing you some things. Now, I can't remember what model of house Epi showed. I think it was the one before this. Because when the server deleted itself, I rebuilt a lot of stuff. And what that meant was that I rejigged some things. Namely, that's not sand anymore, that's sandstone, but you've probably seen that in Ebby's videos. And this chest is now a couple of blocks higher for reasons. Previously, that block was a block lower, and Evie was opening the chest and being very confused about what was going on. That was a clue. The crafting table hides some things, but if you stand here, you go la la da 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 da. Thank you. And we enter into the underground, which I've half stolen for myself because I don't think anyone else really knows it's here other than Abby when she was dirt hunting. And then around this corner, I probably shouldn't be showing this off because, people might steal things, but I trust these guys. Hidden door. I don't know if you saw the air quote, heard the air quotes in that, but there's some crap in there. Just a little storage room at the minute. And then down here, if I can turn, doop-a-doop-a-doop. This bit must be under molybdenums by now, else Vaughn's. Not entirely sure, but down this way we have this little room. Don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but it's got some marble. I keep calling it marble. It's quartz, but everyone knows it's marble. It's marble. Yeah, don't know what I'm going to do with that room yet, but that's that. There is, however, no graceful way out of here yet. It's through here. Through here. We go plonk. There we go. Other things that have changed is Tim has built his house. I thought that Paige was actually going to be the first one to build a marble house. I'm going to keep calling it marble just so get used to it. But apparently it's Tim. Tim built the first marble house, and he had a mild infestation underground. Actually, I should probably breed those cows. My play at the minute has mostly been breeding and skewering cows. So I've gained a load of experience through that, and also some quartz farming, and the desert to what I think is the south. It's probably the east, actually. It's that way. Is pretty good at spawning monsters, so that's also useful for the XPs. I feel like I should address a couple of things. Some of you may be following me on the Twitters, where I was talking about how I didn't know whether I was going to be recording much stuff over the next couple of days, which I felt kind of bad about, but things have been stressful, and I'm not entirely sure when it's supposed to end. I think things are supposed to be happening in the next week or so, but it's sort of how long it takes for me to get used to that. But then I thought to myself, John, you fool, you are British. Suck it up. Pretend nothing's going on. Just record and treat it like every other day, and everything will be fine. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue as if nothing is going on, at least in the keeping to the schedule part. Things might be a little weird in commentaries if if I get a little too stressed. There may be sort of lots of random bits cut out from... Because when I get stressed, I try to get rid of them as much as possible. I do have vocal tics, sort of the type things, and a couple of squeaks and meows and whatnot. This is part of the animated textures, by the way. It's quite nice. I like it. And I try to get rid of as many of those as possible. But sometimes they slip me by because, I hear them so much that you just forget them. This is a path out of Spawn, by the way. So, because my computer is being incredibly loud with its fan, you may actually notice things being taken away for once. As for the state of the channel, Mario, I think, is almost over. Bat? What is this? Oh, just a sec. Sorry about that. There's a tower there. Yeah, Mario, I think, is almost over. We are currently at star 100. And I am actually... Well, I'll talk about it when I record Mario. There's no point talking about Mario much in a non-Mario thing. So, that's that. Luigi's Mansion seems to be going okay. Like I've said before, I've fixed the issues. But that won't become apparent for another week or so because I've still got a couple of episodes to put out that I've already recorded. This is molybdenum Dario's place. Dario? I can't remember how I'm supposed to pronounce it, but he was the first one to wander off and build his own little place. He's got this nice little lake house with a tower. And the view from the tower is pretty good. I don't know whether my render distance will allow it. I was playing on someone else's computer yesterday. But I don't feel bad doing this because, Dario, you don't make videos, so no one's going to see your stuff unless Ebby or myself or Paige or maybe Anna actually show it. Come on, up you go. Come on. There we go. Nope, you can't tell, but you on the far render distances you can see Spawn there. I would turn up the render distance, but A, computer wouldn't be able to handle it, and B, for some reason, if I'm online, like on a server, and I increase the render distance, it actually just unloads everything and doesn't spawn it back, which means I can't see crap. So that's that. What else was I supposed to talk about? Tekkit seems to be popular. Well, it's getting views, and the retention of it seems to be fairly decent. I lose a fair amount quite quickly, but then it stays constant throughout, so I think that's okay. Yesterday when I'm recording this, Friday, there was the VVV demo. So far that's been a bit slow, but I don't know how easy it is, or I don't know how regularly, if ever, I would do sort of the Kinross requested stuff, because I don't know how much I'm going to get them, but I think that I would prefer that to be a Saturday thing. I wanted that video to go out on Saturday, but then realised that the sale's going to end beforehand, so I didn't upload it. Well, I uploaded it, but I released it earlier than I wanted. What else has there been? That's about it, actually. So, yes, contrary to what my Twitter says, I'm going to carry on as normal, as best I can. Yeah, I'm probably... What the hell? Okay. Probably going to look into reverting some of these textures back to what they were before, because I'm not a huge fan of the mobs. But I am not an artist. Look at the leaves. Yes. It's been a bit rambly today, as with any other day, I suppose. Blah, 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 blah. My immediate plans for this place, because if I'm not careful, I'm actually just going to keep sprawling out underground. I am probably going to have to find a new place to settle down. I had a little tutorial session with Anariston probably a couple of months ago now, actually, on Redstone. And I'd quite like to make use of the stuff that I learned in a house. I tried to make use of it in this, but it didn't work out so well. So, close the door, please. Thank you. I need to fix that block. Do we have any spruce even? Spruce. There we go. So I will fix up this shameful block. And I will say thank you very much for watching. I have been Kinross. This has been the AirCon server. And I will thank you for watching. This has been Kinross on the AirCon server. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.